This is cheeky over here. Hello. Um, so I finally decided that I should actually start taking videos. It's something I've been wanting to do for a while, but then, with a whole bunch of excuses, like I don't have something to hold it up, or, what if the quality's bad, or what if I can't talk in front of a camera, all of that sort of thing. Well, right now, my tripod is one of my friend's presents. Like her birthday was in May, and I was supposed to give it to her then, and I still haven't given it to her. So right now it's being used as a sort of what do you call it when you put the camera on top of it. So yeah, I don't know if you'll ever get your present now. So today I just wanted to talk about the fact that people aren't, well, in this society, I find that you're not allowed to actually believe in yourself. Or if you do believe in yourself, you're kind of seen as being really vain. Like that's what I find. Like I find if I actually like something in myself, I'm always like, oh, like, I think I did this well, but like I don't want to be vain about it. Um, well, I find like some of my friends actually do this as well. They're like really talented, and then um, do they don't actually use those talents, because if somebody has a lot of talents, you think like, oh, like you can't use all those talents because then you're kind of disadvantaging everybody else. So my thing is that I think that if you have talents and stuff, you should actually use them, and you should be the best version of yourself, and it doesn't matter if you are, by being better, somebody else may not feel as good, if that makes sense. So I could be like, oh, well, I think that I'm brilliant at drawing, just an example. And then my friend Susie, who isn't good at drawing, I'm like, oh, well, but she's not good at drawing, so then I can't actually be good at drawing. And then I kind of downplay my talents because, you don't want to be, it's always like you want to be the supportive friend, but not being as good as you can be. I don't know if you do that. I found that I sometimes do that. I know other people also do that. I just think that when you are your better self, when you are the best you can be, you actually end up encouraging other people to also be like that. And I'm going to link this to something which I think a lot of girls can, or guys as well, can relate to, is when you're in a bathroom or something with your friends, and then you watch your friends looking at themselves in the mirror, and then they say, I'm like so ugly, I don't like this on my face, I don't like that, like I'm so fat. And then like for me, I look at them and I'm like, well, damn, like I thought that you were pretty, and now if you think this about yourself, then what am I supposed to think about myself? So I think that by criticizing yourself, not being the best you can be, downplaying yourself, you kind of encouraging other people to do that as well. Another example for me is, I'm kind of linking this to the whole beauty industry now, but for me, I watched this reality show like ages ago, when I was 10 or something, and I can't remember what it was called, but it was basically about these women who went in and they had to take pictures of the parts of their bodies that they didn't like, and then they had to frame it or something. And then I said to my mom, I was like, I don't dislike any part of myself. And then like as society, like I kind of thought that you expected to dislike yourself. I don't know if anyone else in like kind of goes through this, but I did like myself, and then because other people in the world were disliking themselves, I thought, well, I also have to find something that I dislike about myself. So yeah, so I think that's actually quite an issue, and so I think that you should like yourself, because by liking yourself, you are telling the person standing next to you that you can also like yourself. I love myself, so that doesn't mean that I think any less about you. It just means that I love myself. You should love yourself. Everyone should love themselves. Like, as soon as everybody loves themselves, they actually feel empowered, and they do what they are supposed to be doing in the world. So, what I actually think that people do is that they say, I can't they downplay themselves because they think that they're caring, you know. My friend Susie isn't as good as drawing as me, so like I'm gonna be sympathetic and I'm not gonna be my best self because, you know, Susie might feel bad about it and she'll think I'm like such a bad friend, and you know, like that's not the way to do it. You know what? You be good at drawing and Susie needs to get over her insecurities about that some other way. And you know what? You probably find that Susie can actually draw, but she just has got into that state of mind where she's like, oh, I can't draw, I can't draw. But basically, if you want to empower people and, you know, you should, by empowering yourself, you encourage other people to empower yourself. By depowering yourself, going down onto a lower level, you aren't teaching anybody anything. You're just saying, okay, Susie, let's just both be bad at drawing. And then who actually advantages from that? You could have drawn the most beautiful picture ever, and, you know, it never actually happens. So also, you might find that by actually, if you were to draw and be brilliant, you know, maybe somewhere along the line, Susie would be like, oh, like, you know what, this is actually inspiring. Maybe I should try draw, or, you know, maybe I should try dance or sing, or, I don't know, like, anything that Susie's good at, like build windows, or, and I mean, you know, maybe she might not figure that out straight away. There are those people who are like, oh, like, Jess is so good at drawing, no, I'm just terrible at everything. Like, you're so lucky. You're so, like, that's not my problem. Sorry. Like, that person has to somehow, if they attract the right people, they'll figure it out for themselves that, you know what, my greatness doesn't mean that you aren't great. And it's not my responsibility now to, yeah, like, it is my responsibility to empower people. I mean, that's the reason for these videos. But ultimately, my greatness doesn't have anything to do with yours. I think another one of the reasons why people aren't their best selves is because they think that they're going to lose their friends if they are. And you know, like, ultimately, I think that if you do lose your friends, they were meant to go. Because if you feel that somebody is holding you back, then you shouldn't be friends with somebody who holds you back. Like, you should surround yourself with people who do empower you, who actually are happy for your achievements. If you are surrounded with people who make you feel bad about yourself for achieving things, then you actually need to take a look at your life and be like, you know what, am I actually advantaging from being friends with these people? Because, you know, if they aren't adding anything to your life, then you should never be with people who make you feel bad about yourself. And you might feel like, oh, well, I can't just stop being friends with, like, Susie, example, because Susie has been my friend for ages. Well, you know what, you can. And you might think, like, oh, and then I'm going to be alone, because I know a lot of people do this as well. They're like, it's better to be with somebody than just be alone. But, you know what, I find that being alone is actually, I'm just jumping all over the show now. Like, I'm bringing in a lot of different things. But being alone actually isn't that bad. It's actually nice. If you actually like your company, everybody can like their company, but being alone actually isn't the bad thing. It's being with people who make you feel bad about yourself. And I've had sort of this experience where you're with people who make you feel like you actually aren't that good. So, you know, you get yourself around people who empower you. If I promise you, if you 100% believe in yourself, you will attract people who will believe in you too. Like, I promise you right now that will happen. And, like, you know, you'll have to deal with being alone. It will be horrible to get rid of friends who don't add to your life. You know, it will be, I'm not going to say I'm not going to say it's going to be easy, but ultimately it's going to be better. So that's just what I wanted to start out with. Just that you are great and you should be great. And by being great, you encourage everyone to be great. And I think that if everyone were to be great, if everyone were to do exactly, if everyone were to use the talents that they have, for example, like he is really good at sleeping, then I think a lot of the problems in the world would actually be solved. That's it. Thank you. Hope you have a great week. what day is it today? I'm on holiday, so I kind of lose track of it. It's Wednesday today. So enjoy. It is Wednesday today, I think. So enjoy Thursday and Friday, and the weekend, and every other day after that. Just realized that it's actually Tuesday. So have a good Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. See, I told you when it's holidays, you don't know what the day is. So, but that's actually better because then it shows that I've got more holiday. But have a good Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. Bye.